Tokyo can be a bewildering place. It's bustling, hyper-fashionable, yet also very traditional. But it's a fine line. From the outside looking in, it's easy to assume everyone's in on the fashionability of it all. But then again, this is inner Tokyo, and traditions and taboos run deep in Japan.
And one of the big challenges to tradition is the place of tattoos. For us, moko are loud and proud statements of tikanga and whakapapa. But here in Japan, they're associated with gangsters, the Yakuza.
I think they are the probably the oldest crime organization. Yeah, they've been around for 400 years or something. So those guys got, tattoos everywhere. So obviously, for Japanese people, tattoo is a symbol of gangsters. And so even my generation, I was born in 1959. So having tattoo is like, no.
Tatsuya is a journalist who specialises in crime reporting.
Yeah, that's a big crossing there.
He also takes Airbnb tours around Shibuya, the cultural epicentre of Tokyo.
So I just shows them around. Just the same thing. Just come to Tokyo.
Hustle.
Yeah.
You get to meet lots of cool people.
Yeah, and very cheerful people.
And as for tattoos, he's seen them go from being exclusively gangster to more accepted.
Things started to change probably back in the 90s, I think. Young generations started not to care and, just start having tattoos and things. So probably people over 50, I think they're still sort of, negative about tattoos, but probably people under 40, they have no problem with it, I think. Yeah. So now you could see lots of Japanese kids, just having tattoos everywhere, and I think it's just getting kind of cool thing to do. Yeah.
So, what's the feeling on the street? Bring on the translator app.
人と一緒なのが嫌だなっていうところからタトゥーを入れ始めて、それでタトゥーが好きになってタトゥーアーティストになったみたいな、そんな感じかな。日本の歴史がそうだったからしょうがないと思います。嫌いな人は嫌い、好きな人は好き。
ジャパニーズアイドル、日本のタトゥーはあんまり悪い印象にとらわれてるんですけれども、僕はね、今の時代は全然タトゥーしても全然いいと思います。
Traditionally, attitudes are more conservative in the country, and tattoos have long been taboo in public bathhouses, which are a big thing here in Japan. So what, if anything, has changed there?
Probably if you just go to the countryside, probably people's attitude will be a bit different, yeah. But as long as you just, in big cities, people are okay. So if you just go to, public bathhouse and, there used to be, hey, you cannot get in. But now, I think most of the public bathhouse in Tokyo, Osaka, in big cities, yes, you're allowed to get in there. Yeah, and hot spring as well. So, yeah.
The Yakuza used to inspire real fear and hold real power, but that too is changing, according to Tatsuya.
What contributed to the change?
Probably kids, young generation don't know much about, so all this Yakuza culture, and also Yakuza, I think they have been sort of losing power last 20 years. There used to be more than 200,000, I think, Yakuza all over Japan. But now, police, they started to, crack down. I think now they're less than 50,000, I think. So they're kind of dying. Yeah.
I'm taking the bullet train from Tokyo to Fukushima, 300 k's away. The world got to know about Fukushima in 2011, after a tsunami took out the Fukushima nuclear power plant, sending plumes of radioactive material into the air.
Japan has been hit by its biggest earthquake since
An
records
explosion
began.
was heard and smoke seen at the power plant,
forcing more than 160,000 people from their homes. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to meet this man. Hinare wears his mataora proud as a public face of New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's a huge appetite for pro wrestling here, and the fans love Hinare and his mataora.
The first match I saw live was this belt being defended, and then I made a goal that day as one day I'm going to win that belt, and here we are 10 years later.
He's the first Māori to ever win one of the most prized belts of the New Japan Pro Wrestling organisation.
The kill shot, he's done! We have a new never openweight champion in Hokaki Tayela!
Oh my goodness.
So it's a never openweight champion, which means you're not a heavyweight, you're not a cruiserweight. It's open. It's like absolute, I think we call it. But it's like one of the most hotly defended titles in the world.
Just as serious for Hinare is his Māori identity. He wears his whakapapa with huge pride.
What has the reaction been to your mataora?
The fans are all right because it's been pretty well covered. The commentators and the office have been explaining. We've done articles and podcasts and interviews on explaining this is a part of our culture. This is one of our rituals. This is one of the things that differentiates us as Māori people. And then they've already known about the All Blacks from the World Cup a few years ago, and it's been quite positive actually.
As recently as 2019, during the Rugby World Cup, the All Blacks were going to great lengths to cover their moko so as not to offend Japanese attitudes. Tattoos were officially taboo then, but now people like Tatsuya are recognising moko for what they are.
That's definitely an art. Art. That's all I could say. That's beautiful. And sometimes you guys got, all these sort of tattoos on the face, which is fantastic. It's a part of culture, and it just sort of represents, what you have, in your background and everything. So I think Japanese people should more, recognize. They should take it easy with all these tattoos anyway. Yeah.
But you're quite forward-thinking and your attitude is more progressive than others?
I think I'm a very typical Japanese, and so I think, the other people just would think that way, which is a good thing, yeah. Freedom, yeah.
Hinare doesn't take credit for helping change attitudes, but he's aware that they are changing.
I'm not one to judge whether it's good or bad, but it is more accepted. And especially with people like me coming here, they are seeing someone in a high up position proudly wear tattoos in a different way. So at least it's making them think about something different, not just thinking everything's about the mafia and everything's about gangs.
After the break, tattoos, tikanga, and the revival of an ancient craft. If having a tattoo is pretty unconventional, what about being a tattoo artist? I'm meeting a master, Horimasa Tosui. He practices the traditional Japanese tattoo method, tabori. It dates back to the 17th century.
タトゥーを彫ることがすごい大好きなんですよ。楽しいんですよ。彫ってる時間がすごい楽しくて、ずっとやめられないんだと思うんですよ。
And his clients, no, not Yakuza, they're much less gangster than that.
普通の会社員とか一般の人でも入れてる人はいるし、ワンポイントタトゥーだったり、アメリカン、ヨーロピアンスタイルのタトゥーだったら、もちろん若い子も今いっぱい入れてるし。
What did your family think when you told them this is the career path you want to pursue?
プロの彫り師になってから3年後くらいに家族に、告白したんですけども、最初怒られるのかなと思ったんですけど、意外と普通で頑張りなさいって言ってくれました。応援してくれました。
Horimasa has been doing this mahi for 28 years. This profession was once illegal in Japan. It's not anymore, but Horimasa still feels the need to keep it on the down low.
タトゥーが入ってない人、一般の人から見たら、 やっぱりタトゥーってまだイメージが悪いものなんで、どうしてもそれを彫る側となるともっと周りに気を使わなければいけないというか、隠さなくてもいいとは思ってるんですけど、隠して損はないと思ってます。はい。
Have you seen the shift in people's attitudes?
海外のタトゥーが日本にも入ってくるようになったんです。そういう雑誌だったり、例えばミュージシャンやアーティストがタトゥーを入れてるとか、そういう情報がやっぱり日本にも入ってきて、それがもう少しこの日本の伝統姿勢とかとまた違って、もう少し
What came as a big surprise to me was that Horimasa supports covering up tattoos in public, but for very different reasons.
落ちるというか、怖い感じというか怪しい感じがそのタトゥーの日本の伝統姿勢の、魅力でもあるし魔力でもあるような、なんかそんな感じがします。だから今後も
For all of the edginess, tattoos, he says, have become a cultural expression.
What is the meaning of this tattoo?
So this character is Wind of God.
どんな思いで入れてるかっていうそのデザインと違ったなんか価値観やアイデンティティみたいのがあるなと思ってるので、やっぱその点消えないデザインを体に刻むっていうのは非常に深い意味があることだなと思ってます。個人的には社会が入れ墨に対して日本国内が寛容にならなくてもいいなとすごい思ってまして、やっぱ長年ついてきたイメージを払拭させるのってすごい難しいことなので。
When Hinare steps out, there's no covering up his mataora. It's tikanga. But how does that tikanga Māori play out here in a country with such different cultural outlooks?
There's been no problems on the street, there's been no problems going anywhere. I think the gym, I wear a mask because I respect their tikanga. I don't want to scare anyone if you're pumping weights in the gym, but as long as it's respectful, they're all right. Nothing. And the fans love it. They're like, wow, I can't believe he loves his people so much that he's willing to do that. It's like a different level of respect they have.
Do you think that you're breaking their tikanga with our tikanga?
I don't think it's mutually exclusive. There's no tikanga that does cross over, that does cancel one another out. I think we're quite similar. You respect your family, you respect your elders. If your elders ask you to do something, you do that. In terms of the tattoo, maybe they feel offended, but they will never offend your tikanga just to preference theirs, which is a massive respectful thing that the Japanese people do. Because they're so prideful of their culture, they will never ever take away from another culture to do that. Especially if you're a visitor, if you're manuhiri in Japan, they will do all they can to respect you and make you feel welcome.
Hinare is all about respect and challenge. This time last year, he returned home to Aotearoa to receive his mataora by Kaita Raniera McGrath alongside his whānau.
What does your mataora represent?
Whakapapa was the main reason, and most of it represents the tupuna, obviously. When I discovered who I was, it just gave me a sense of empowerment, but also my accomplishments as well. Just even before the bout, just being the first Māori wrestler, so I got a mango pare there, just go get action, the warrior.
It's all added to his appeal in Japan, and he hopes to inspire future generations of Māori wrestlers in the pro-Japanese ring.
I could take this back home, I could show everybody, I could go to schools and be like, bro, this is possible. All I did was dream. You're only as big as your dreams, So just hoping some Māori kids back home see me and they're like, wow, there's a Māori wrestler. I'd love to do that too.